Hello everyone, my name is Havian and today I'll be talking about the combat system in Sword Art Online Alicization Lycoris. Since a lot of people have said they're having trouble understanding how the combat system works, I thought it would be a good idea to go over some of the basics that they don't spend much time talking about during the tutorials in the first chapter of the game. Everything I mention in this video are things that anyone should be able to do since they don't require any special skills or equipment. I'm currently on chapter 4 of the story, but I'm still using equipment that I found at the start of the game in chapter 1, and I've only spent a few skill points so that I can use one-handed sword skills. So once you understand the basics, you should be able to get through the earlier sections of the game by just making the most of the combat system. The combat in Alicization Lycoris is all about timing and keeping a rhythm. You should always be using some kind of an action, like using normal attacks, using sword skills, parrying and evading attacks, using sacred arts, or commanding your party members to use a skill. Normal attacks are quick and easy to use, but they're not really what you should be focusing on to deal damage to enemies. You'll mainly want to use it to build SP or for combo finishes. At the end of a normal attack chain, you'll use the sword skill that you have set as a combo finisher. This sword skill doesn't consume any SP, and it's a good way to get a skill connect started. Just as the game mentions during a tutorial, using sword skills normally consumes SP, which is indicated by the purple bar next to your health. After using a sword skill, there's usually a slight pause when the animation is ending, but the skill connect system allows you to use sword skills consecutively with no downtime in between. You can do skill connect with different tiers of the same skill, or skill connect X to connect different sword skills together. At first there will be a limit to the amount of sword skills you can connect together in a single combo, but that limit can be increased in various ways that you'll discover as you continue to play. You can usually see in a skill's description when a sword skill is able to connect into its higher tiers, since they're usually described as having the ability to branch. One example of this is the vertical sword skill, which when unlocked in the skill tree branches into vertical arc and then vertical square for no additional SP cost. When using a branching skill, if you press the same sword skill button again with the right timing, you'll use the next part of the attack. The best time to use it is usually indicated by a blue flash towards the end of the attack animation. It might take a few tries to get the timing down, but keep trying and it will eventually become muscle memory. For certain sword skills like horizontal, you can make things easier for yourself by repeatedly pressing the button you have it assigned to, which will do the follow-up parts of the attack if you have them unlocked. As I mentioned earlier, even non-branching sword skills can be connected together using skill connect X. After using a sword skill, using another sword skill with the right timing will connect it to the end of the previous one, so you can continue to deal damage without any downtime during the combo. So for one-handed swords you could do a full horizontal skill connect, and then you can link additional sword skills like Snakebite and Vorpal Strike to form a skill connect X combo. But you can't use the same sword skill twice during a single combo. So to keep things simple and easy to remember, Skill Connect extends certain branching skills, and Skill Connect X links completely different skills together with no downtime in between. And these skills will also cost less SP and deal increased damage. This isn't exclusive to one-handed swords though. This is possible with every weapon type, so read the skill descriptions to get a better idea of what it can do. And it's worth keeping in mind that certain sword skills can activate as soon as the skill button is pushed, but others will only activate after you release the skill palette button, which is usually R1 on controllers or spacebar on keyboard. Using skill connects along with perfectly blocking or parrying an enemy's attack can contribute to increasing the enemy's hazard gauge, which when filled will cause the enemy to enter the hazard state, which will make it susceptible to being launched. When you launch an enemy, this will give you a huge advantage, since you can juggle it in the air and then slam it back down to the ground, leaving it in a down state for a few seconds. This will give you an advantage since you'll be free to deal additional damage to enemies. There are also certain art skills that can contribute to increasing the enemy's hazard. Your arts gauge increases over time during combat, but it can be increased faster if you chain burst, parry attacks or dodge with perfect timing. When your arts gauge is full, an icon will be displayed next to your health, letting you know that you can use super arts, finish arts, and later in the story you'll unlock ally skills that you can use when you have 3 or more party members. When you use super arts, time is slowed down for everyone apart from the active character, and sword skills can be used without consuming any SP. When using a finishing art, you will launch a powerful cinematic attack, which can greatly increase an enemy's hazard gauge. And activating ally skills gives you the ability to issue attack orders to your party members and chain attacks together. Using ally skills can also knock an enemy into their down state, which will open them up to even more damage. Ally skills aren't the only way you can use your party members though. A lot of the time you'll probably see your party members standing around doing nothing and assume they're useless. I wouldn't really blame you for thinking that, but they are a lot more useful than they appear to be. If you press L1 on your controller or tab on a keyboard, you'll enter soul linkage mode. In this mode you can select a sword skill that you want your party member to use, and you can use the directional buttons to switch between your party members and switch your active partner that you can take control of at any time during battle. In addition to the skill connects you can do, you can also combo your sword skills with your party members to trigger chain bursts, which can deal additional damage to enemies and increase the amount of damage they take. Chain bursts are activated when you and your party members use sword skills one after another. To start off with, there will be 3 levels to chain bursts, and each time a chain burst level increases, its damage multiplier increases too. When you can increase a chain burst level after using a sword skill, a blue ring will appear in the middle of the targeted enemy. This circle is counting down the amount of time you have left for a character to use a sword skill, but the same character can't use 2 sword skills in a row to trigger a chain burst. This is why you'll need to command your party members to use sword skills, since using chain bursts will get you through a fight much faster than trying to skill connect on your own. After learning the basics, there's a lot more you'll start to figure out about the combat system, like finding ways to include your sacred art magical abilities into your combos, or using battle skills that complement your playstyle. But once you do have the basics down, the combat should feel smoother, and you'll be able to experiment a bit more with what you can do. I post smaller gameplay clips and news updates over on Twitter between the videos that I make, so if you want to see some of those, I'll put the link to it in the description, so you can head over there and follow if you want to stay up to date with everything I'm doing. If you want to see any of the other gameplay videos I make for Sword Art Online or action RPGs, then don't forget to subscribe and remember to click the bell so you'll be the first to know when a new video is available. I'll be making some new videos very soon, but until I make those videos, I'll see you all later.